So the last function I want to talk about is the sample function, and the sample function allows you to draw randomly from a specific set of objects that you specify. So if you give it a vector of numbers, it allows you to draw a random sample from that vector of numbers. And so you can kind of create any arbitrary distribution that you want by specifying a vector of objects and then sampling from it. So here, for example, I'm going to sample from the integers 1 to 10. So I pass it the vector of integers 1 through 10, and I tell it that I want to sample randomly 4 of them without replacement. I'm just choosing 4 random entries from 1 to 10, and here I get 3, 4, 5, 7. If I do it again, I'll get 3, 9, 8, 5. So in this example, I won't get repeated numbers because I'm not sampling with replacement. I don't have to just sample numbers. I could sample letters if I wanted to. So here I'm taking the letters A through Z, and I'm just going to sample 5 of them without replacement, and I just get Q, B, E, X, and P. Now, what happens if I don't specify anything? I just give it the vector of objects. So here I'm passing sample the vector 1 through 10. And if I don't specify anything else, what it does is it gives me a permutation of those. So here the vector 1 through 10 is just permuted in a random order. If I call it again, I get yet another permutation. So lastly, if I want to sample from 1 through 10, but with replacement, I can specify the replace equals true argument. So now I'm sampling 1 through 10. I'm getting a vector of 10 numbers from the vector 1 through 10, but because it's with replacement, I can get repeats. So you can see I got 8 3 times, and I got 9 multiple times. So that's how you sample with replacement. So that's a very quick summary of the simulation functions in R. You can draw random samples from specific probability distributions with the R function, so R norm, R pois, R poise, R binom we saw already. All the standard distributions are going to be built in that you will need, things like the normal, the Poisson, the binomial, the exponential, gamma, etc. All those functions are built in, and you can use the corresponding R functions to simulate from them. The sample function can be used to draw random samples from arbitrary vectors, so if you want to kind of create your own distribution here. And then it's very important to remember to set the random number generator seed anytime you simulate data in R so that you can reproduce the results that you got at a later date.